So today I'm going to be showing you basically my everyday makeup look that I have been doing recently, and I also have some dupes for the colors that I'll be using too, so I wanted to show you those dupes. I didn't really purchase them on purpose. I was just liked the color online, and so I went ahead and purchased them, and then when they got here they ended up being really similar to the colors that I was already using. The look is really easy, so basically this is kind of like a look that I do if I don't have much on the agenda for today, maybe run to the store. But I'm also going to show you that look by itself, and then I'm also going to apply a winged liner to show you that it can be done up in a prettier way, or a more dolled up that way. That way, if you have something planned later on in the night, we don't have to start over. We can just add a winged liner and call it a night. So let's get started. So I'm gonna prime my eyes with the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. Oh my gosh, I am getting so many text messages. I just blend that out with my fingers. Side note, I got all of my freaking claws removed. You have never appreciated making a fist until you've had long stinking fingernails and then you get them removed. I just feel like I need to punch something to celebrate the fact that I can even make a fist these days, and oh my gosh, it is so nice having them not present. I just blend that out with my finger, and then I'll set that with some translucent powder. Don't own a translucent powder, you can just use a white shadow that isn't very pigmented. I have White Lies by Makeup Geek right here in this palette. It's not very pigmented at all, so if and when I run out of this, because it's on its last limb, I'll probably just use this to set my eye, because it's just not very pigmented, especially if I use just a very little amount. So first I'm going to go in with Unexpected by Makeup Geek, which is this shade right here. The dupe is this shade right here by Morphe, and it is called, this is Celebration by Morphe. The Makeup Geek shadows are $6 a pop, and then the Morphe shadows are $2 and like 29 or 30 cents, something like that. So a lot more inexpensive, and there is a difference in quality, but the Morphe shadows really are really good shadows, especially if you're on a budget. So this shadow is definitely a lot more warm. There's a lot more red to it. This one is definitely more purpley, a lot more neutral, but they are very, very similar, and they will give this look the same appearance. For today, since I've been using Unexpected by Makeup Geek, I'm just gonna keep doing what I've been doing. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with Unexpected. I'm just gonna apply that all over my crease. Holy guacamole! No one ever texts me. The only person I ever text is my boyfriend, and I feel like that's hardly ever these days. However, when I sit down to film, I become like the most popular person in the world. So anyways, I'm just gonna buff this into my crease, and I'll go back in like windshield wiper motions just to place the product, but then to blend it out, I'll just take the brush and just do little circles. This does not have to be very precise by any means. And this is my Sigma E40. Oh, another side note. So I didn't even get any type of Sigma brushes until Christmas this past year. And before I met this like holy grail of a brush. I used this brush by It Cosmetics, and there's of course no number on here, but it looks like this. It looks really similar, it's just more narrow and not so fluffy. I would recommend this if you can afford it, but if you're on a budget and you're looking for a decent blending brush, this brush really is a good brush. Definitely not as good as this one. This one is a lot softer and the bristles have a lot more of a flex to them, whereas these are a little more stiff. But however, if you're on a budget, this really is a good blending brush. So like I said, I don't see a number on here. I don't even see like a name, like, so it might not even be It Cosmetics, but I know that their brand has this silver handle part. So try Ulta if you're looking for a decently priced blending brush, because I want to say it was like, I don't know, maybe $10 or $11, and I think this one is like $16, so not much cheaper, but it is cheaper. Now on my Morphe M441 brush, I am going to take Creme Brulee by Makeup Geek. The dupe for this one is this one right here. It is Peanut. It is Peanut by Morphe. Peanut is a little bit darker and a little bit warmer, but these two are definitely much similar in color than these two are. This one is definitely more pink and more warm. This one's much more neutral and purpley grayish type of color. These two, like I said, are much similar in color. So what I'm going to do is I'm just basically going to place Creme Brulee right above my crease where I placed Unexpected. So I basically want it to fade into like this neutral grayish purplish color into a little bit warmer like orangey tone. Sometimes when I do this look, I'll do a matte brow bone highlight, but most of the time I will use Shimma Shimma right here. It's like, I want to say it's a cool toned shadow because I definitely see a lot more blue in it than I do like these shades. Really, any shimmery shade will work for your brow bone highlight. Morphe E39 brush is this little tiny itty bitty little shader brush. Actually, I think this might be a lip brush. Oh my god, I think this might be like a little lip brush, I'm not really sure. But I'm also just going to take Shimma Shimma and just apply that to the very inner corners of my eye, and I'll just kind of blend it out onto my lid. Pack this shade on because I really want my inner corner to be very bright, so I'll usually go in with a couple of layers. So just like a day-to-day type of makeup look, I would be done. This would be it. I wouldn't do anything on the lower lash line. I wouldn't even wear false lashes. I would just pop some mascara on my lashes and call it a day. But if I wanted to doll it up a little bit more, I would throw a winged liner on, so I'll show you what it looks like with that. So I'm just taking Maybelline's Blackest Black Gel Liner and this Sephora Angled Liner number 22 brush, and I'm just gonna make a little line. recording in the middle of doing this eye, and then I went through this eye, and I just missed everything. So now I'm just going to be taking my Paladio liquid liner and just line the very inner portions of my eye. So as you can see, this just kind of intensifies the look, just as a wing liner would with any other look. Now I'm just going to prime my face with the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer, and this one is the Pore Minimizing one. I really like this primer, but I have to say, nothing beats my Benefit Professional. That one is just thebomb.com. For foundation, I'm going to take my Cover FX Natural Finish Oil Free Foundation. This is in the shade G40. On this IT Cosmetics foundation buffing brush, I'm going to just blend all this out. I just kind of dot this on my face, and I've mentioned before that this foundation is very full coverage and you do not need a lot at all. A little pea size will take you all the way. It really is full coverage. I'll just take my damp beauty blender and just kind of pat it around just to kind of pick up any excess and just make sure that everything is nice and blended. For concealer, I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer in the shade Light Warm. I'm just going to take this Morphe 06F brush, and I'm going to just mix these two shades right here and just set my under eyes. Do a little bit of highlighting on the rest of my face to make sure everything is nice and balanced. Those same Morphe shadows and just set those areas as well. I am using the Morphe E48 brush. This is seriously the best brush for setting specifically the under eyes because it's nice and tapered and you can really get close to your under eyes there. To do just a little bit of contouring, I'm going to take this contour shade by Makeup Geek, and it is called Complicated, which is the cool medium tone. to blend out that sharp contour just a little bit, I'm going to take the Hoola Bronzer by Benefit and just kind of buff out right above that contour line that I just created. So do a little bit of bronzing right here around my temples and on the sides of my forehead. And I am using the Morphe E52 brush. Recently, I've been contouring my nose a little more than I usually do, so I'm just going to take that same blending brush that I was talking about earlier by It Cosmetics and just put that same complicated shade by Makeup Geek and just place that right down the sides of my nose. Narrow I bring these dark shades in on the bridge of my nose, the more narrow my nose will look. So if I only contour from like here down, I will look like I have a fatter nose, but if I contour from like here, bringing the lines closer together and then down, it will create a much thinner nose. So I try to just bring those colors in as much as possible to where there's just a little bit of that concealer showing through. And then when I do my powder highlight, I will put that powder highlight down the center of my nose. I absolutely do not do this part when I'm just like going to the store or something like that. No way. No how, not contouring my nose if I'm going to the grocery store. Absolutely not. For blush, I'm going to take this super bright pink shade right here and just put that on the apples of my cheeks. I'm going to be taking, I don't even know what it's called, Mally's Pure Light Highlighter with my Morphe M501 brush. Of that highlighter on my pinky, and I'm just going to take it down with very light pressure down the center of my nose, just to give it a little bit of a highlight. If you're wanting to do something extra with this makeup look, you could do some shading on the bottom, but like I said, whether I'm going out or whether I'm going to the store, I do not put anything underneath, just mascara. And this is the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. Take the Demi Ardell Demi 120s. For lips, I'm going to be taking this Buxom Gloss. This is in the shade Samantha. I love these glosses because they stick to your lips so well, like they don't rub off in a short amount of time like some do. And they're not sticky, and they leave this cooling sensation in your lips. So that is it for the final look. Like I said, it's really, really easy. As you can see, this look does not need a wing. It is super pretty without the wing. Again, the Makeup Geek shades were Creme Brulee and Unexpected, and the Morphe shades were Celebrated and Peanut. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.